Punch!
All right, 4 vials of holy water.
Are those invested? Or whatever?
No, they are alchemical.
And what does holy water do now?
Wait. Give me a second. Just because they're alchemical doesn't mean they're not invested. Holy water is consumable divine good splash.
Because wouldn't it be considered the same as alchemist fire? Those guys were tossing it at us like crazy.
Don't worry about that.
I don't think that they are required.
That was just a nightmare. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, I think you could just throw them.
This doesn't require expenditure of resonance points.
Okay.
It's specifically in the item, which means that other items would, like the description.
Oh, got it. So holy water does not.
Right. That doesn't mean others don't.
So who is
Holy
taking
water's-
them, or are you spreading them out, or?
Zyra will carry them for now.
Okay. Holy water on the holy character.
Yep. Also, there's a bunch of stuff that uses holy water as like a spell component.
Okay. They are
So,
I think, just to speed this up, Grease and Shillelagh are the only 2 druid scrolls on there, so I'm going to put those directly on Grizzak's sheet.
uh-oh.
Grizzak's
Running an
also
initiative.
holding on to a scroll of glitter dust, so he's got a bunch of
Grease
scrolls.
and Shillelagh sounds like a very interesting Saturday night. I'm just gonna.
Air bubble, restoration, general repose, resist energy, remove curse. Some of them may be on the primal list. Some
They are. Most of those are.
most of them. When I looked in and created this particular list of scrolls, they were all on the divine list. So
I'm not going to be using them. I have
Okay.
plenty, so give it to her.
Okay.
So, quick question, Marty. Jade Cat Trinket.
Yep.
Is that a one-use item?
It is a one-use item that needs to be affixed to a magic weapon
And I
or
need
magic
to...
armor. I don't know what I don't know what this
So
is.
it can only be affixed to bracers of armor or armor.
Oh, yes. So your +1 expert bracers can have a trinket on them.
So how do the affixing work? Do I need to...
You get somebody like Rene to ting it on. I think it takes 10 minutes in a repair check.
Rene, to be able to attach this to my wrappings. Do it now, go.
Yeah, when you activate this, for the next minute, you're not flat-footed while you're balancing, and then after the minute, that gets used up. It's like a single-use thing.
Okay.
Sure. I assume you guys aren't leaving for Sula's tomb tonight, so
No.
No, we'll do it in the morning.
Okay. Who is going to carry the ancient brass key to Scylla's tomb?
I would say put it in a bag of holding.
Zyra has the bag of holding, and she'll be carrying it.
Good. Okay, cool.
I think Grizzak also has a bag of holding.
Yeah, I do.
You guys spent a lot of money on bags.
We bought all the bags.
That,
'Cause-
Fixing a trinket is a repair check. It's the equivalent of removing a single dent.
nice. So an hour, effectively, right?
I think I take out dents in 10 minutes because I took a thing.
Nice.
But I've got quick repair, but I'll see if that.
There is a spare short bow and 12 arrows in the party treasure or equipment. There's also 12 spare sling bullets. I don't know if you're just using Zyra's sling.
I'm using Zero Sling, yeah.
Okay.
Zyra doesn't know how to use a short bow. Zyra will. I think the slings were like free. Yeah, they're free. They have no cost.
So you pick up
cost.
you find another, you go to the shed and you find a sling.
Zyra just grabs the sling.
You take the sheriff's sling or something like that. Hey!
Take the shitty one. And she'll just get 10 bullets this time at the cost of a silver. She doesn't, like before she had like 100 bullets. She had, like she was going to be slinging all the time.
The next morning comes. It is a slightly overcast late summer day. You are greeted by the smells of a Mazatec breakfast, including some spicy eggs, scrambled, some wonderful toast with soft bread and very very salty butter, and thick strips of perfectly cooked bacon. There is a wonderful jam and a bowl of fruit salad that goes along with this, and some wonderful like floral hinted tea that Mazatec serves.
I'm sorry to bother you. Quick, bag of holding needs to have 1 resonance point.
It's a good question. I did not check.
Bag of holding is conjuration, extra dimensional, magical.
And my armor doesn't count as needing. My armor and weapons do not count as needing resonance, correct?
No.
Okay. So what am I spending resonance on right now? The scroll, the rat. No, sorry. For the monk, yes. For Grizzak, I don't see anything that I'm spending resonance on other than the wand when I use it, and a scroll if I use any.
It doesn't say, so I'm gonna say yeah. If you want to use the bag, you gotta spend a resonance points for the day, because it does still say magical.
So if I don't use it, things don't pop out, right? I can't access it that day.
Access the bag
until I spend the resonance. Okay,
correct.
Cool.
Okay.
Gotta remember.
Yeah, you may not have a lot of resonance left as a low charisma character.
I have 2 points.
You should have more than 2. You're 4th level.
No, I have 3.
You should have at least 4 minus whatever your
1
charisma penalty is. If you have an 8 charisma, then you have 3.
Yeah, he's got 3.
Okay. Okay. What an excellent breakfast.
Oh, Mazatec, he doesn't want to do this for a compliment. No. Maybe a last breakfast for all of you. Yes.
It's good.
It's pretty good. Either way, we have to go find the weapon to kill the dragon, which is the deceptive little baby dragon version of the big scary dragon, but not the too little dragon.
Okay. 2, 3 walk.
Yes. Off to go see the tomb.
This day, you leave Belheim, the 5 of you, off to the crypt of Sula, who slew a great worm black dragon long ago.
It's doing that thing again, Marty, so it'll be fun. If I react stupidly, let me know.
I'm perfectly fine with Ahmed, so your internet's...
I'm also perfectly fine with Ahmed.
Shit.
I'm the cause.
Look, we both work well to Ahmed.
Do you want me to start the call?
Ken?
I don't know.
Yo. How do you invite this asshole? There we go. Doop. Okay.
Hello.
Set us up. How are your bars now? They start off green, I assume.
Well, no. See, there's no way for me to know unless Marty's talking, because it doesn't necessarily go with the bars. It's just he's talking and then he stops. So if he's not moving and not talking, I have no way of knowing. So.
It's cool.
Yeah, I'm doing stuff. All right. So you leave Belheim in this overcast summer day. You pass by the flooded quarry after a couple of hours of walking. You don't spot any kobolds, although it brings you back to basically a month and a half ago when you first arrived here and were asked to solve this kobold threat. A marshland stretches out in front of you after you crest several hills, and you begin to march into wetlands. This is kind of like Northern Ontario wetlands. There is the old quarry road that cuts through it. In parts, the old quarry road has been washed out. In the middle here, where it's saying quarry, is where it's really kind of swampy. You do see signs of people using this road, even though it looks really old and perhaps not well traveled. As you rise out of the muck, a few hours from Belheim, it's like maybe about an hour or two to flooded quarry, and maybe another 4 hours. It's about noon by the time that you reach some hills that rise up out of the fen.
Omid, don't screw it up. I'm going to reboot. Don't screw it up while I'm gone.
We're going to charge right in.
Can you roll a percentile?
Oh, Adam said don't screw this up.
20 or below, there's a random encounter.
50. Undecided.
All right, you continue to follow the road. It's quite obvious, and it sinks back down into the swampy area a little bit before rising up again into hills. Grizzak sees that there isn't anything particularly bad about this area. It's just marshy swampland, and you know that a lot of wildlife is dependent on these waters.
Mm-hmm.
To give you a perspective of where Hunclay's cave was, it was way the heck up here.
That took us a day to get there.
It took you 4 hours to get to Hunclay's cave.
Wait, Hunclay's cave?
4 hours back. So you're about traveling along this road. It's about noon by the time you reach these hills. And you start following. You continue to follow the trek, and you haven't found the marker that Bassy, the historian, told you. She didn't tell you where the road led, and you guys didn't ask. But you were basically told to follow the Iskander Creek, even when off the road. Once it turns sharply to the south. Another hours of traveling through the hills. Eventually, you cross the Iskander Creek again. Mm-hmm. There are old stone bridges because this is close to a quarry. That are still in good repair, or that are still standing. Some of the small work might be in disrepair. You're easily able to cross those, and Grizzak does see that there is a small and very old trail that does cut north along the embankment of the creek, whereas the road now is sharply turning to the south.
Looks like we'll be heading here.
Said north, right? As soon as the after the river, when it turns south, that's when we should be heading following the creek, right?
Yep. And eventually you'll find a mound, and if the dragon is from the bygone age is truly dead, you were told that its corpse should still be atop the cairn of Sula.
All right, keep going here.
You've traveled probably for about a good 8 hours. You guys are starting to get a little bit tired. You're traveling across this creek. The bugs are bad, although Grizzak has a wonderful way of keeping them off of him. He just simply rolls around in the muck along the side of the creek. Others may have put a little bit of muck on a little bit of their faces. At least the muck is somewhat clean. You've seen a lot of small wildlife, like fowl and muskrats, and a lot of bugs traveling through the old fen, but nothing. Maybe some garter snakes. Nothing too dangerous. When finally you come over a crest and you see, draped over a massive hill where there are still stones peeking out here and there, the skeletal remains of a terrific and awe-inspiring sized dragon. These things that look like they have rotted into and become part of the hill itself. And I will reveal a map that shows this. Cairn of Sula. Player visible. Fog of War. I will force you guys there.
Yep.
And I will grab the tokens of those that have decided to come. Yeah. All right. So there's the group of you.
Okay. Wow, thing is.
That thing's pretty goddamn big.
Even after hundreds of years since the dragon's fall, its bones are still awe-inspiring. The skeleton has partially sunk into the bog and into this hill upon which it rests. But enough of it is visible that it appears to be draped over a low earthen mound. Its head is facing in the opposite direction of the path that you're traveling upon, and you are right along the edge of the creek.
Well, it confirms it. That's fake.
Which one? This fake, man? This is fake.
No, that was not fake. That was real.
Grinthark goes up to it and wiggles a bone. Oh man, this seems pretty real to me, man.
Careful, we do not know what lingers here. This is it's the site of a very powerful beast. Who knows what would be here? Be careful.
There's this weird mucky sucking sound that kind of... There might be some movement just on the other side of the desiccated remains of the dragon.
Oh. What's the matter? Something here. Hey, Zyra. Rene, get your butts in. There you go.
Rene has got his hammer and his shield out, Zyra in behind, Sparky kind of bumping into you as you're pausing.
Oh, well, come here.
Grizzak has his scimitar out.
Okay.
And has got his holy symbol in the other hand.
Alright, Sparky's darting around. He doesn't like to fire, so he keeps away from the scimitar hand.
Yeah, alright, just stay back there, bud.
And what about Vamaris?
Well, we've got a. Is there what's difficult terrain here?
We'll say that these grassy patches look pretty difficult to walk into, and maybe the puddles are probably difficult terrain. Running up along the spine of the dragon would be probably difficult terrain as well, as require balance checks.
So can I go over his step like that?
Yep, you could perfectly step like that. You can see there's this large mound of earth. You think it's earth?
Oh boy.
A huge mouth opens up in the mound, and it's actually a creature as three stalks start coming from its body. It looks really, really angry.
Ah, it's a poopinator!
It's responding to your noise and your approach, and I think this would be a good time for initiative.
Yup. I'll do Grizzak first, and then I'll do Vamaris. 11 and 17.
Poopinator?
The poopinator!
That's hilarious.
Alright. Let's take this guy. That guy, go here. Okay, so... Okay. So... I'm gonna clear the rolls. Oops, edit sheet. No, thanks.
Alright, I'll roll for Adam's guys and the NPC. So... Zyra, Ziva, Grinthark. Zyra... Not Ziva, sorry, Rene, Grinthark.
Just give me the numbers.
Got it?
And Grinthark.
And Grinthark. Now, Grinthark has a power.
Ooh.
His power is called Scout's Warning. It's a reaction. Trigger, you're about to roll a perception check for initiative. You audibly or visually warn your allies of imminent danger. Any ally who is able to hear you or see you gains a +1 circumstance bonus to their initiative roll. So under temp, I'm going to put a 1 because Grinthark goes, hey man, look out!
Are these stackable?
It is a +1 circumstance bonus to initiative. So
Okay,
other circumstance bonuses will not. Alright, but that increases your initiatives a little bit. Fabian's not here, Ziva's not here, Mazethek's not here. There are no townsfolk. But we do have a angry... Poopinator. This angry, shambolic creature... The wide mouth covered in strange slime along the edges of its lips. No eyes, although maybe one of the stalks has eyeballs on it. The other two stalks are kind of like flattened cacti-looking clubs. And it has a +8 on its initiative. Rolls a 4. Zyra is the first to go. Oh my, what is that thing?
Uh-oh.
She's simply going to move forward and take out her shield and ready her shield. Vamaris?
Let's see.
She's making awful noises.
How does AOs work? How do AOs work here for these creatures? Because I'm wondering, can Vamaris pull out? How fast did it move? First of all,
It basically rose up out of a mucky pile. So it hasn't.
It just
moved.
stood up.
It just stood up.
Oh, okay, got it.
And opened its mouth and was waving its tentacles around. And Grinthark went, "Oh man, look, watch out, man!" Looks like Otiug just try-dug its own grave, messing with these cool cats.
Hey, randomly, what's happening, man? Hey, let's see. I haven't even looked. Yeah.
All right, so what is
electrical? What's going on? Yeah.
Vamaris doing?
Got everybody else. Okay, so Vamaris is I'm getting into tiger stance.
Okay, you drop down low in tiger stance.
I'm gonna check something real quick. I'm wondering what tiger stance does for. It does something for his movement, and I'm trying to remember tiger stance. And it's gonna while in tiger stance you can step 10 feet as long as your speed is at least 10 feet. But that doesn't say anything about difficult terrain. Okay, I don't think that affects me.
No. This is the you could take 10-foot steps instead of 5-foot steps.
5-foot steps, yeah. Okay, he's.
Do you have dragon style? Because dragon style lets you just ignore difficult terrain while in your style.
Yeah, I know about that one. and actually, that's a very powerful one to take.
Okay. You guys made it all the way to this massive set of dragon bones. We're on the map called Cairn of Sula. Apparently, from the historian, the dragon bones should have been found lying right on top of the cairn, and that somewhere underneath the dragon bones there should be an entrance to a sizable tomb where Sula, his daughters, and his entire family were buried, and maybe some of his followers. As you approach these huge dragon bones, Grinthark tapped them and went, "Oh man, they're pretty real." And then he used his power as a shitty mound with tentacles is rising up out of the muck near the mouth of the dragon. It looks particularly big, ferocious, and unfriendly. You're not too sure what it is. D&D players should know what it is.
Poopinator.
It sounds like an Odiug. I haven't seen the map yet. But...
Smells like an Odiug. It's an Odiug.
Grizzak called it a poopinator, and then Grinthark used a power called Scout's Warning. He can reaction to give everyone a +1 circumstance bonus to their initiative roll.
Adam's bar is red for me. It looks frozen now.
It's... yeah.
Zyra has moved forward and raised her shield, whatever form Zyra's shield takes. She's got her holy symbol in her hand. She's moved and got a shield out. Vamaris, what are you doing? So you've dropped into your tiger stance.
There are
lots of difficult terrain on this field.
Yeah.
The puddles, the patches of grass, and the dragon body are all difficult terrain.
Fight it here. It'll move slow as it approaches us.
That
Flashing
is
its tentacles
a
around.
big pile of tentacly shit over there. Is it alive? I think so.
All right, Vamaris, anything else? You spoke, you dropped in your tiger stance.
Let's have 2 actions left. Oh, man. So... That's... Okay, I'll wait for it to move.
Okay, so nothing else.
See how fast it moves!
Grinthark is going to move to here. He's going to climb up to here. He is now balancing on the spine of the dragon. So, and then he takes out one of his daggers. Come on, man. Come on. Grizzak?
There we go. Here,
Okay, so the Grizzak has the fire.
You've got Fire Newt in one hand, the flaming scimitar, and your material or your focus for your primal spells in the other hand.
Yeah. Grizzak's going to ready. Oh wait, I can't ready to do that. I'm just gonna move up.
here we go. I love the smell of dead stuff. Not really too.
It looks like it is a creature after Grizzak's heart. It was living in the muck beside a dead body. as ancient as the dead body of the dragon may be, but
step over here.
Okay, Grizzak moves. Rene?
Rene is going to does he have his
Your shield, your shield is
shield.
out. Your shield is out,
Okay.
but your weapon isn't. This is the first round of combat.
Okay, he double moves and draws his weapon.
Okay, the big garbage beast just starts trundling forward. I don't know if
How fast is it moving?
I don't know if trundle's a word, but
It's a word I'd use. So I would say it has to be, because I would use it. I'm pretty certain that's how words work. If you use it, it's word.
oh, it's fucking slow. It does a stride action, and then a stride action, and then a stride action through difficult terrain. You notice the eye stalk in the middle seems to have its eyes on you. It's focusing on you, even though the beast is shumbling around and moving around. The eye stalk still is pointing at you. Very unnerving. The big flappy stalks look like flattened clubs, almost like cacti at the end of them, and it's just flapping things as it's wandering over. It's silly looking if it weren't for its tremendous size.
All right.
Oh man, that thing is gonna smell bad, isn't it?
Oh, right.
Yes, it will.
Okay, let me just see if its stench aura is reaching you. Nope, not yet, but you guys can smell it. It moving around smells like a compost heap that is just being churned after a long period of time of lying stagnant. Zyra.
Zyra is...
Hold your breaths.
Zyra is going to move a little bit forward and then raise her shield again.
Okay, Vamaris.
Unfortunately, I can't reach him from here. Or I can. I was thinking of doing spring attack tactics on this guy. Because with that much movement... Why not? Okay, I'm going to delay.
The people with 20-foot move speed aren't really good at the ring around the rosy.
Yeah, Vamaris is going to. He's gonna step. Okay, so I moved that much. He's gonna step over to.
Do you think this thing's gonna mind? Yeah, man.
No, he's gonna let it move. He's gonna delay. He's gonna let it
got
move.
eyeballs. Must be
Okay,
thinking something.
Vamaris is delaying. Grinthark. Grinthark is balancing along the top of the spine. He looks like he wants to get around it. He is able to make a DC 10 balance check or acrobatics check to balance along.
The one damage on Rene, is that just a leftover? Or?
That's a leftover. Yeah.
Alright, goodbye.
Grizzak. He's got his second dagger out. He's got 2 daggers out.
Hello. I'm gonna use an action to extend the range of fire. What is it? Produce flame.
Okay.
And touch. And that means I try to touch you. See how this works.
The creature's eye stalk whips backwards, like it wants to try to like dodge the fire, but the beast itself just closes its mouth as the fire reaches it. Give me your ranged touch attack, I believe.
Yeah. Where the heck is... there you go. Da-da-da-da.
It's paddle-like appendages coming down.
Ooh, crit.
Critical hit. All right, so you do double damage or the critical effect of the spell.
Critical effect of the spell. Let me get that for you, sir.
Its mouth wasn't closing fast enough, and the fiery thing went right inside of it. It's now breathing out your fire.
Flame does on a critical, so it's a D6. Ooh, it's a D6 plus my spell modifier. That's great. Doesn't do anything on crit. On critical, the target takes a D4 persistent fire. In addition to the cantrip, deal double damage. So that's actually really bueno.
Yeah,
2d6.
D4 fire just smoking inside of it.
2d6 plus 8. And Grizzak's gonna hold his breath. 18 damage.
What? Okay, yeah, the thing is now a burning trash fire of horrible stench.
And
something on the inside of it is...
I rolled a d4 and I got a 4. Now, is this for next round or this round?
Persistent damage, I believe, happens at the end of its turn.
Can I take this as the roll?
Sure.
Well,
Yeah! Grizzak for the win.
All right, Grizzak.
could you phrase that like you wouldn't have said that if you rolled shit? Could you just pretend like you're not being biased?
All right, so Grizzak shot a fiery bead into its mouth, and there's just blackish, burning garbage coming out of the side of its mouth, and
I'm sorry, beautiful.
It is flailing around. It looks like it's in tremendous amount of pain. Rene?
Rene!
I gave it a red order to remind me of the D4 fire damage that it's got. It's on fire.
Going to double move. I think there's some difficult terrain in there. And raise his shield.
Okay. The Otyugh is going to kind of charge through the bushes forward. There's 1 stride. It's 2 strides.
Oh, it went this way! Oh, it smells bad!
And 3 strides. There's all sorts of like horrible stench coming off of it, and like weird squirting like little sphincters along undersides of its flabby flesh, and they're spurting out like garbagey smells. You can see one of the sphincters is spurting out like smoke from it being on fire, but its stench is overwhelming, and all those within 40 feet of it need to make a fortitude save, and I'm going to draw a 40-foot
How about people who are holding their breath? Does that...
Never mind.
It's getting on your skin and making you sick.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
The DC is 16. So.
Okay.
It's fort save?
And how bad is the... What does failure mean?
Failure means you are slowed 1.
Okay, so 1 less action per turn.
Okay, so the G-Man...
Which is where the action economy becomes cool.
Yeah, the G-Man.
Grinthark failed. He is slowed, so I'll give green auras to the
G-Man made it. The G-Man made it.
Oh man, I puked at my mother, man. Puked at my mother.
So, Zyra failed, you said?
Zyra failed.
Oh, both of my boys made it.
Rene made it, no problem.
Alright. And Vamaris made it?
Yeah.
Alright, that's all it can do. It just... Oh, and then it takes the 4 damage fire, and then it gets a flat check DC 20 to put itself out. It doesn't.
Yeah.
Zyra, what
All
are
right.
you doing?
No, actually,
Vamaris? Are you
Vamaris
Okay.
gets to go in. Hello.
Alright, so it's like you rolled a 5.
Wait,
Are you in your
hold on.
dragon stance?
Yes, I am.
Or your tiger stance?
He has activated his tiger stance, yep.
So tell me when I'm going through.
Your tiger attacks are agile.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I reread the rules. Just because you have multiple attacks in the same action doesn't mean you do not get... It doesn't mean that the multi-attack penalty doesn't apply, but there is something about your unarmed attacks that reduces the penalty for attacking multiple times. So your first attack in a flurry should be at full, and then I think your second attack in the flurry should be at minus
Minus
4.
4.
And then your third attack is at minus 8 for the round, and every other attack's at minus 8.
Oh, and it caps out.
Yeah, it caps it at minus 10.
So minus 4.
So it's 0. It's 0, minus 4, minus 8, minus 8, minus 8, minus 8. Like it just keeps on going.
So 0 minus 4.
Mm-hmm.
So the minus 4 is on my second attack.
Correct.
My second flurry.
It's also on your second attack. With
If you
your
didn't
hands.
flurry.
Yeah, if you didn't flurry.
Right, if theoretically you could go like attack, flurry at the end.
Right, but I actually want to flurry first. Well, it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, so, well, I do get a flank, though.
Zyra is threatening. You managed to move around. That's at least one movement. You're sliding through the muck near the edge of the crick.
Yeah, there it was 35. I still had another 15 feet.
You're in Belheim, so I pronounced it crick instead of creek.
Crick.
Crick is the correct pronunciation. I don't know what you're talking about.
It is not. It is not.
So first,
pretty certain Crick is how you're supposed to say that.
22.
Is not
A 22 on the first one. 17 on the second one.
Okay, so you go up to it, wham! You start tiger slicing or stancing into it.
I don't know what
the 22 actually harms the creature. It is like you are stabbing some very thick, slick, undulating leather. The creature does not like it. So you hit due to the 17 due to the flat-footed nature of the creature. You do also strike it a second time.
Sweet. So that would be 4d8 plus 8. It'd be 28 damage.
Okay. It's 50 damage that you guys have done to it, and it hasn't got an attack yet. It is now bloodied.
Farted.
Oh yeah, it farted. Zyra is next. It is threatening you. Slowed one, I think, is one less action. I will double check.
One less action. 2 actions this turn. Zyra is going to... Oh, well, then shouldn't we... I mean, it's already flat-footed, but... We're going to draw the magic dagger and cast a shield. That's it.
Okay, you are no longer slowed.
Cool. Fart smell goes away.
Oh no, it's still there.
It's there, so we have to roll every round?
Everyone is still taking some sort of like negative penalty to something in particular. It's still making you cough. It feels like you are breathing in disease and filth.
Perfect.
Grizzak's like, what's wrong with you guys?
As horrible blackened fire is coming, or horrible blackened smoke is coming out of the side of its mouth. It smells like burning organic garbage. Grinthark, who also failed, is like,
hold your ground! Hold the line!
Don't tell him to hold the ground. Get your ass in there.
Yeah, he's going to hop down with his catfall. He takes no damage, and then he's just going to use his movement to try to navigate through this swamp. So he hops down. That's a single move, and then a double move. He's just going to move right up to the creature and threaten it. Basically, he's got his daggers out. Grizzak, and then he is no longer slowed because of the sick.
Grizzak's going to move here and swipe with the sword twice.
All right, you're going to swipe with the flaming sword.
Yeah, let's see what Grizzak can hit
I'm a
with.
Grizzak, got a new sword.
'Cause Grizzak...
What are the traits of a scimitar? Is it also agile, or is it swipe?
It is
It's got swipe and... I can't remember what the other one is.
sweeping and...
Sweeping. 7.
I wrote them down beside the weapon for you.
Okay, so what are the bonuses here? Ability, level, item.
It's
Anything
forceful
else?
and sweeping.
Ability, level, and item. Anything else here?
Both of them don't have... So...
Oh, training. I'm trained in this.
So you just don't take a -2.
+0. Trained.
Scimitar's
Damage.
forceful.
It's 2d. I think it's 2d8, right?
When you attack with it more than once,
2d6.
turn the second attack as. So your second hit will do more damage than the first hit.
Okay, well let's hope for a hit. So d10, sorry, d20 plus 7, flanking plus 9.
No, the flank's on my side.
AC 23.
AC 23. Its AC is 19 because it's flat-footed.
Wait,
the flank is 17.
There's no flank from Grizzak?
No, you don't add the flank to your attack roll. I tell you what the AC is when somebody has a condition.
Okay, gotcha.
So, yes, it's there. It's just I do that math.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah, you strike into its flesh. It does not like fire. You do damage.
So 1d20 plus the other one is minus 5. 1d4. D20. Sorry, I actually added the +2, so it would have been a 23 that I hit with.
Yep.
Which I think counts. And the
Not
other one,
low.
7 to 16. Does 16 hit this guy?
No, it's AC 17 with the flat-footed.
Does somebody give me a +1?
Zyra will use a reaction to give it a +1.
Okay, you use a reaction to give Grizzak another a bit of luck, and that's 2 scimitar attacks that go into the side of this creature. One biting into its lip, and the other one hitting in its underbelly as flames ripple across. And
so the second attack with a scimitar adds a number of bonus damage equal to the number of damage dice. So you'll add 2 bonus damage to the second attack. The third attack and every other attack will add 4 extra damage.
So 4d6 normal plus 2d6 fire plus 2.
No, it is 2d6 for the dice, 1d6 for the fire,
It's
and then
two-
your strength.
and then your strength.
Wait, sorry. It's how many dice for the regular damage?
2. It's a +1 scimitar.
Right, but I'm hitting twice, so 4d6 plus.
Just
do
do
one
one.
attack at a time.
Oh,
Do
I'm
one-
sorry.
Just
Okay.
do one until you get used to it. So first strike is 2d6 for the scimitar. It has no resistance or weakness to fire, so you give yourself 1d6 to the fire plus your strength.
Yep. 13
Okay,
damage.
the first one, a massive swipe through its icky lips, and you hurt the creature badly. You split its lip open, it's burning, and then your second attack, because a scimitar is forceful, is the more momentum that you're building up, you gain an extra +2 to damage on your
Right.
second
It's
attack.
that first 2d6 becomes. That's where this +2 becomes 2d6 plus 1s.
Yeah.
Or 1d6 plus 1s.
Just +2 +2. 15 damage.
Whew. Okay. Grizzak almost kills this thing. 70. It is in single.
Oh, wait. Doesn't it take fire? No, it doesn't take fire damage yet.
It is on fire. It kind of is like sitting down as Grizzak, after hitting the lip, built up momentum and hit it in one of its legs and split its knee open. Horrible squirting juices everywhere. As your flaming scimitar is working it over, Rene.
Rene's gonna 1 square difficult terrain, walk in with his hammer, and slay the beast.
Go up right behind it, raise his hammer high. You're going to hit it right in the back of what it looks like its head. Its mouth is currently aimed at Grizzak.
Critical.
That is a critical hit because its AC is 17.
Right. So 27 damage, and it gets knocked prone.
Okay, so you hit it squarely in the back of its head. It falls over and it loses about 100 pounds worth of sludge that it sort of pukes up all over Grizzak. You could give me a reflex
I
save.
just showered!
You could give me a reflex save if you want.
If I want. I want.
Relatively easy. It's DC 10.
reflex.
You saw it coming.
D20 plus 6. And of course not. Why would I? Why would I? He's about to jump. He's like, nah.
Okay, give me a fort save versus the filth fever.
Oh no.
The DC
I
of
shouldn't
this-
have had my mouth
The DC of the
open.
save is 17, and because it's got a stench aura around you, the save is at -2.
Critical fail.
I believe,
Wait. Actually, no, it's not.
I believe that means you are at stage 2.
Wait, but critical fail, is it because I rolled a 1 or because...
You rolled a 1.
Roll a 1.
Is it... No, but does it say roll a 1?
Yes.
Oh, balls.
Okay,
Balls.
Grizzak is immediately sick 1. You want to write up the...
Come on!
right on the top of your character sheet that you have Filth Fever stage 2.
Filth Fever Stage 2.
And this thing's at 0 hit points, dying 1.
Dying 2. Got
Dying
knocked
2.
out with a crit. I'll whack it again.
You've got 1 more attack, so its AC drops to 10. No, 11.
Okay.
Sorry, -6.
I hit it.
You hit it again, it starts puking again. Although the puke isn't as much, and it's just kind of going over Grizzak's feet. The damage.
He's
is
like,
already done.
it's like, you know, like a bag of air, and you like it, and he goes. Exactly.
All right, so it's now at dying 3.
Took care of that. Hey, ooh.
The OTR.
Apparently, that was the business end
The
over
OTR
there.
continues to burn, which puts it at dying 4, which is dead, and then it gets its flat check to kind of go out. This is sort of bubbling, hissing sound coming from the dead creature. You guys hit hard.
Yeah.
There is some hard hitting going on here. This is pretty impressive.
Damage scaling in this, like, gear.
Yeah, gear makes a huge
Gear.
difference.
Oh man, I didn't have to touch it with the deck. It's fucking gross, man. Get away from this thing.
Oh man!
Oh!
It's starting to come out both ends again.
Sparky flicks in concern.
Did you get it in your mouth?
Why do I have my mouth open?
Yeah, he's like caked in it. It's like this thin brown pablum that's everywhere. It's in his mouth, in his ears, in his eyes.
Perhaps you should rinse off.
Stay out of this one, Sparky. Sploosh.
Sparky. Okay, Grizzak
He's
is wandering
out.
into the 1 in 100 chance there's something hostile that lives in the water that you just wandered into. We'll say on a 1. Oh, that was pretty close. 8. No, you thought you saw a big fish, but it swam away.
It sensed the nastiness.
Right.
Druid. Ever.
Okay, the party, I think, when you're in the aura of a creature that gives you a -2 to save versus disease, that's a pretty stinky smell.
Yeah, we make some distance.
Yeah. Grizzak washes himself off. At least the filth slime is off of you, although you're now kind of drenched and still kind of reek a little bit of it. Grizzak pulls his way out of the creek. While everyone is moving forward, you can see that the dragon skull is missing its horns. From what Bassy said, and maybe verified by Ziva, is that black dragons should have massive horns that come out of the side of their head. It looks like somebody's taken the horns. Many of the teeth are missing, and Rene... no. They're gone. They're gone. Many of the teeth are missing, perhaps through age or perhaps through people coming up and like chiseling them out of the skull. Somebody may have also carved away the scales, because you don't find too many of them here. Rene probably gets the sense that dragon scales are pretty strong. That people may have already harvested a lot from this dragon.
Are there any fresh tool marks, or is this all like over a long period?
This is all over a long period of time. You're pretty sure you'd have to search to find a scale if you wanted. It's only bones that have remained. It is curled up over a stone door. There's a door right underneath its head, kind of built on the side of the hill.
Well then, why don't we take a look at that door?
Okay, Grinthark will... Hold on, man. What are the fucking traps, man? This is fucking tombs. People, Dragon Slayer probably has dragon horns and shit like that. Let's have a look. The door looks like it is strong, reinforced. Oh man, there's a fucking lock here. It's not a standard lock. It looks like a kind of a weird.
Here's a key, jackass.
Do you have a key?
Oh man, yeah, I was kind of looking at that. Looks like more like a rod than a key, man. He sticks it in and he actually. Oh man, give me a second. He pulls out some tools and pulls some gunk out of the hole, but then puts the key back in. It seems to fit perfectly in, and then he has to turn it almost all the way around, and you can hear some tumbling, some ancient tumblers, and perhaps like small stones grinding against each other. There's a slight pressure change. Oh man, this is a good sign. This is a really good sign, man. This is really good. Wanna know why?
Why is this a good sign?
You see someone here, like this hack, this mark, this over here. They got frustrated at it, man. They couldn't get in. That means we're the first people.
It was sealed like the tin of the pickle.
Oh man, this is gonna be great. This is gonna be great. This is fucking gonna be great. It's gonna be like all the treasure.
We're here for the weapons and armor. Remember, tools to fight a dragon.
Yeah, man.
We're not simply raiding a tomb.
Oh man,
Yeah, I wouldn't be wrong.
but we gotta check out the containers, man. Don't worry about it, man. Don't worry about it. We'll get this good. We'll get this good, man. That's really all good.
Not raiding a tomb. Lights go up and in we go.
Yeah, there is a small spirally staircase that leads down into the tomb of Sula. Oh my treasure, let's go! Great man, there's a bit of treasure, some gold shit, some jewels, shit, man. Such a great voice.
Is it just the one room?
It's just the one room.
Okay.
It does look like a little bit of the groundwater is seeped into this room along one side. There was a small alcove, and then this really old iron staircase that is partially like rusted away. Like Rene's foot goes through one of the rusty stairs.
Oh. There's been a while since anybody's been down here.
You drop into a simple-looking cairn. It's got a flat floor and sort of a dome. A rough dome of stones. It has some really, really old, very, very medieval, haven't quite figured out perspective of like an army of guys with bows and swords. This really tall, dark-skinned man with a bow in some depictions and a sword and shield in the others, fighting dragons flying in the sky. It's like the worst art ever. It's old human art, Zyra.
Crayola.
They haven't.
Just look at medieval.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. Their heads are all big and they're all kind of like
They're all twisted.
All
and
sad. Like, I don't want to be doing this.
Sula for some reason stands 3 times as tall as all of his soldiers do, and then there are 3 lighter-skinned daughters that all have spears. Sometimes they have bows. It's like he's like always flanked by his 3 daughters.
Okay, what is he carrying?
Isn't human art quaint?
That's a big guy.
Oh man, there's no treasure in here, man. Like, where's the supposed to be a sword or something?
Grizzak's doing this magic thing. Boom, 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 boom.
Okay, so you do a ping to see if there's any magic. I'm assuming you've acquainted yourself with Vamaris' magic.
Everybody's magic. I know about everybody's stuff. Unless somebody's got something I don't know about. That would be interesting. Good way to screw with somebody.
There's magic here.
There is no magic in this area. You do not sense any
Slipping
foreign
minor magic items into like the pocket of a wizard. Just
Yep.
whenever he detects magic, he just keeps. There's magic here.
So, quick recap for the stream for those that have arrived. After the dragon made its demands, the party ran around and figured out that the dragon, the creature that came and made the demands, conjured an illusion of the dead dragon. Aeteperax, his bones, is now confirmed, is still lying in its expected resting place over top of the cairn of a ancient dragon slayer by the name of Sula. Him and his 3 daughters, their crowning achievement was killing a great worm black dragon by the name of Aeteperax, and you suspect that a much smaller dragon, due to claw marks on one of the buildings in Belheim that they found, was conjuring illusions of this great fallen creature. You may be dealing with a much smaller dragon and not a great worm dracolich at
Yeah, that'd be a problem.
4th level.
Big-
Go on your death adventure, guys. They have
what is this?
They have visited. From the historian in town, they've been given a key. They suggested that they go and visit and loot the crypt of Sula and his family to get weapons that Sula used in his career of slaying dragons. And they found this very nondescript cairn. It is a circular chamber that they've dropped down into, and it has old medieval art along the walls
Okay.
depicting Sula and his children, and apparently an army of, like, the old classical fighter that gets his bunch of followers. You know, like
Castle?
he had followers. It looked like.
Yeah. This circle I'm looking at, is that how we got in?
That little circle drops down from the opening underneath the creature's skull.
Okay.
Yes.
Let's search for secret apartments or doors or
Yeah,
funkiness in the art.
perception checks. Yeah, are you looking for secret doors or are you looking for funkiness in the art?
I would assume the art would have. I'm looking for funkiness in the art specifically.
Like-
Zero's looking for
like-
funkiness in the art.
Like
Renee's looking
clues
for
and that
doors.
sort of thing in the art? Like what?
Yeah,
Okay,
like
alright.
a doorknob, like it's something that's painted like a button or something. In their crappy.
Oh, but you're
crappy
still
art.
searching. You're not looking at the significance of the art. You're looking at the
26 Grizzak?
You're pushing the art to find.
I'm pushing
buttons.
the art. Yeah.
Okay.
26 Grizzak. That's the highest I had.
15. Rene. 13.
Okay. Grinthark's like, oh man, maybe one of these things is like a lever or something. He starts pulling on the stairs. Who got the 10?
That was.
Oh, that was
Varmus.
Vamaris.
It's Vamaris.
So Vamaris is like, yes, let me reach that. The two of them accidentally destroy the staircase. They're like, hey, this thing moves, and the whole thing starts crashing down from the ceiling. There's this rusty ruined staircase and about a 10-foot climb up into the little alcove where the door is.
I've been here before.
Anybody surprised that the monk and the thief are the ones that think it's funny to pull down the ladder?
Oh man, I thought it was a lever.
It's not a ladder. It's a ladder, not lever.
No man, sometimes you just sort of pull the lever, man, and the things open up and the treasure's sitting right there. That's what I was hoping for. I looked at a lever, but no, that's where the thing was attached to the wall.
Great.
The horse is just hanging on by a metal spike and drops back down. Grizzak is the one that rolled the 26?
Yeah.
Yeah, Sparky and Grizzak seem to have stopped near this doorway where it's Sula, the dark-skinned man in the heavy armor. He's got a bow, a shield, and a sword. He's standing there with his 3 daughters. They don't look like they're fighting anything, and there's just a bunch of people. And these people might be his family or his followers. They don't look especially like warriors. And it's kind of like the pose is inviting you in, and Grizzak sees a slight line in the stonework behind this depiction. Like Sula, his daughters, and others might be inside.
Hey, look at this!
With a 26, you're kind of pushing, and apparently you just need to push it open.
Just
He just
push
slips.
it in.
Face hits the wall. Starts sliding. I found it.
Okay, as the stone is grinding open, your light is beginning to illuminate more of a crypt. I'll describe all these things in a moment. With your 26 perception check, though, Grizzak, you thought you heard a little girl crying. But then it was drowned out by the sound of like the stone door kind of grinding into place.
We got a problem.
I see too many caskets.
These oval-shaped chambers, there are 2 side alcoves. There is a large stone sarcophagus at the end of this chamber.
All right. I don't like the spooky scary.
The statue depicts a it's actually just a horse statue. It's like a very impressive looking war horse. It's depicted wearing some barding and perhaps Sula's symbol on it. He may have buried his horse in this chamber.
That would make sense for the extra casket. It also is looks like it's the most important one. Okay,
anybody gonna see that?
weapons out, holy symbol out.
Hey there, little girl. Oh.
Papa?
Oh, hell no.
Marty, X, no.
Okay.
It's X, no. I don't want to be Papa.
He's missing a button.
Who's missing a button?
You just watch what Grizzak is doing. So watch what Grizzak is doing.
You promised to fix him.
You hear this weird little bone rattle, and it's coming from the northern alcove.
Is your dolly missing a button?
Yes, and you promised to fix him.
If you bring us your dolly, maybe we could fix it. Rene, no.
It's like, shut up.
What do you mean? I ain't fixing the Grizzak. Not the fixer in the Grizzak.
Come fix him.
I'm gonna miss my wife.
Don't go out there alone. I'm coming. After you. Yeah. Mars is first. Child. Okay. Carpet's right there.
Okay, there's a little bit of water that is gone down into the tomb.
Okay.
It's kind of a weird patch.
Ping from the magic.
Right now you're pinging while you've opened the door. Vamaris has moved in between what look like two pillars.
Mm-hmm.
You can just hear this weird rattle and this child's voice speaking in common. She's got a bit of an older accent.
You promised to fix him.
Whoa!
And just this
Someone
massive
here
stone
didn't get any
horse
schooling.
looking down upon you.
What is this pink stain?
It is just like
Who's
water
moving
is seeped
Vamaris
into
for me?
here, or perhaps it's old blood.
I'm just tootling us along, Ahmed.
There are
Yeah.
two... yeah, Grinthark is moving along. There are two child-sized sarcophagi that are in this chamber.
Little child.
Maybe we should have looked at that story in more detail.
Child, my name is Vamaris. What ails you, other than being probably dead?
There are lots of little niches and urns and things along the walls. Some of the niches don't have urns, others do.
Zyra's gonna cast see invisibility, because I don't know if does you see the ethereal now?
I don't know. Look it up.
It doesn't say anything about ethereal. Let me see if true seeing exists. Seeing.
He needs a new button. Are you here to give him a new button?
Okay, we gotta see invisibility up. Neither spell says anything about the ethereal, so I have no idea how the ethereal works.
Okay. And in the sarcophagus to the left, you thought you heard the rattle coming from inside the sarcophagus.
Yeah, I'm not opening that.
But he needs a new button.
Where's the sound coming from?
It's coming from like an inch away from your ear. It's whispering.
But he needs a new button.
Tiger stance.
Rene will walk up to the child sarcophagus.
I'll look for a button for you.
You thought you felt something kind of passing over your shoulder, Vamaris, as you drop down your tiger stance. You've got goosebumps all over your left arm. It is now, there's a presence kind of right next to Rene.
You're a nice man.
Let's look for a button for the child.
Yeah, don't.
He needs a new button.
I'm getting goosebumps.
All right, I can.
Do you
Don't
want
worry,
to
I can
play?
fix pretty much anything.
Do you want to play with me?
Rene is going to shove the top of the sarcophagus with the hammer.
Yeah, the sarcophagus lid just topples off with Rene's great strength. And there is something inside. There are little child bones in a little dress, but there's something completely wrong with her head. It is of a, like, small foal instead of a child.
A horse head?
Yeah, a small horse
Okay.
head. More like a deer without antlers or something. She's holding on to this exquisite-looking, well-made teddy bear. And the teddy bear is missing one of its eyes. And the shaking sound is the sound of the creature's head rattling on its own body.
Huh.
Rene
Bobblehead ghost.
almost sees right through it. Like it's partially transparent and partially there. I played D&D to escape the real world.
Goddamn creepy baby, really, that's what I'm playing this shit. Papa, come play with me.
I think it's initiative because there is an angry spirit.
I have a hammer. It has a ghost skull. We'll see if hammers are good against ghost skulls. They're pretty good against skull skulls.
We'll call this the foal-headed spirit.
Would you play with me?
Its perception is +8. Grinthark is around, so he's like, "Oh man, look out!" And you get your +1 to your initiative.
Oh, double natural 20s. Rene and Zyra both rolling 20s like mouses.
Weird.
Oh.
Mouse.
Grizzak,
But
what'd you get?
I bet you do that when it counts. They relax. Keep it in your pants.
Go first. Ah!
Now. Grizzak had a 10. I don't know. Okay. And Vamaris had a 12.
Oh, come on. The full-headed spirit rolled a 5. Grizzak got a 10.
10. Yeah. So Vamaris has.
Zyra, you're the first to react to this thing.
Do I see it?
Yeah, it is in its sarcophagus. It sort of stood up, but its like bones didn't stand up, but a ghostly representation of it did.
Well, we're gonna see what happens when we disrupt undead it.
Okay.
Fort save.
It definitely is undead. Good guess.
Thank you, Ryan.
It gets a 22 on its save.
All right, it takes half damage. Half of 8 damage becomes 4 damage.
Can you give me the types of spell it is?
It is. A second.
Like, what were the types of the spell?
Necromancy positive.
Okay, so it takes the full half, so 4 damage. That seemed to piss it off. It is now kind of making this high-pitched, whining foal sound, kind of like.
We're gonna throw up a shield spell with that last action.
Yeah, it is not friendly. Rene, what are you doing?
Rene is going to mollywhop the thing.
with your.
We're gonna go for 2 swings and a raisin shield.
Okay.
Because I don't know how hard this thing is to hit. We're just gonna do that. AC 19.
That struck it.
13 damage turns to 6.
13 damage turns into 8.
Interesting. We will
That's fine.
try again. Critical.
You can crit this thing. Remember, we're trying to play by the exact rules, so yes.
27 damage turns to 22.
Turns into 22.
That's interesting how that happens. And it goes prone, if it can.
Nope.
Hit.
Flying creature.
Yeah, it's just an incorporeal thing. We're gonna say that it doesn't fall down. Alright.
And then the shield goes up.
Your shield goes up. Grizzak, what are you doing?
Can't
Its
see him.
entire being flickered with that critical, though. It's like, BAM! It wasn't there for a moment, and then it
Grizzak.
reappeared with a horrible goat noise.
Can I
I
shoot?
want somebody to
this?
attack it with a non-magical weapon just to see if it even hurts it, but that's like so in the meta.
Can I produce flame over these guys?
Yeah, it's a ranged touch, so it looks like it has
Cover.
not cover the you're firing
Screened.
through people's screened.
Okay. So Grizzak with this. Okay.
Molly wop, wop,
Five.
wop.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay, so
I don't see a result.
Grizzak hops.
Oh, I do.
24.
There.
A flaming orb leaves his hand, strikes the creature right in its annoying head. And...
There's a button for you.
All right, it takes 5 less damage.
Okay, so this is a D6. Let's see how that works. Nope.
Uh-oh.
All right, so that seemed to just it turned its head.
Is it not plus your ability modifier?
Oh, it is.
1 damage.
Plus 4, so 1 damage. Yes.
Okay. Grinthark. Oh man, what the fuck am I gonna do?
It seemed to work when I hit it with the hammer or something happened.
Alright.
Just stab it or something.
Somebody want to give me a roll for Grinthark? He's got his one of his magical daggers
Plus
out.
9.
He hits AC. He hits a 50. Rolls 15. Adds a bonus.
Yep. He
24.
he rolled
2d4 plus
2d4 plus 4 minus 5.
2 damage.
2 damage. He's swiping at it. The thing is still there.
Oh man, please,
So he moved. I guess he could attack again.
You can attack again, right?
Rolls 19.
He hit.
Plus.
2d4 plus 4.
4 damage.
Oh, it's got 1 hit point left. Its turn. Its turn.
Wait, doesn't Vamaris get to
Oh
go?
no, shit, Vamaris. No, I wanted to do something. These are 2 monsters, man. 2 monsters.
There's another one that comes out.
Alright, so Vamaris dropped down into his.
Sorry,
his
you're.
stance.
It's sorry what life did to you, child, but. Okay, 1d 20 plus 9 flank?
It is flank.
I don't know. I'll let you figure that one
If it's
out.
flankable.
20?
You strike it. It is very cold to the touch, but your magic wraps do damage to it.
Wowzers. 4 damage.
9 damage becomes 4, and there's this unearthly streak across the creature as you strike it, and it just disappears. Its weird bones still lying in the crypt, clutching onto this fabulously strange, really, really deep fur that the teddy bear is made out of.
Burn it!
The teddy bear is made out of something really, really rich and thick, kind of reddish, almost golden fur. And it has a single gold-plated button that is in one of its eyes. And it seems to be missing the other one.
Huh.
The gold-plated button looks like it has the symbol of Sula on it. Like they might have come from like a military, like
It's a military
coat,
button.
or yeah.
Uniform.
Grizzak's gonna go in there. Corner.
Rene will turn and shove the lid off the other casket.
Okay.
So Grizzak does it here.
Inside there are some like a child's urn, like a very small urn.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Zyra will go take a look. Rene's gonna come out and
Give me a knowledge religion, Zyra.
knowledge religion. All right. I will religion this.
Religion.
22.
Life is harsh among humans, and you know that this might have been a time before the coronal exerted his control over this area. And infant death is a thing, and these infants might have died before the age where humans typically give the infants names, which
They would be the other daughters, the unnamed daughters, or what have you.
unnamed daughters, or you now get the sense from the paintings outside that his entire family, like generations, may be buried here.
Right.
You don't find any names for these children,
Yeah.
which is kind of a gray area when you're thinking about the power of names and consecrating areas and laying spirits to rest.
You nameless. There's a lot of areas have mythos about the children of this variety of becoming like the chaotic spirits of doom because they have no guidance and the ability to be controlled. So, okay. Alright,
There's just the teddy bear that's inside. I don't know if you're touching it or not.
I don't.
Grizzak's looking to see if it's magical.
It is not magical, but Grizzak, you're wondering what animal's fur it was made out of.
Survival?
Sure.
Is it survival or nature?
Nature, or even arcana?
This is nature. 20.
All right, Grizzak, you know that this is fur that does not come from a natural creature, although you've heard of them. They are beasts that look like 8-legged, powerfully muscled ferrets or badgers.
Badgers. They're the.
It is the fur of an Aurum Vorax.
It needs an arm. This thing came from Arm Borax here.
All right. So what does that mean? It really came from?
I mean, that's what the DM said. It's a, I don't really know. But I know this thing is weird. Really weird.
One arm Vorax could probably kill your party. That's basically what.
It'll be very dangerous. But,
Maybe not your party.
A normal 4th level
A
party.
normal 4th level party would have a hard time.
Well, a normal size of 4th level party.
Yep.
Alright. Is its hair useful as a spell component? Or is it any way useful in fighting a dragon?
Only the most legendary hunters would hunt this thing, and they probably hunt them because its fur has got fabulous qualities, and they are much heavier than a creature of their size should be. The word golden gorger comes to mind.
Thing is, dangerous as frig, though, I'm thinking. I don't really know much about it. It's not a real, not a natural animal.
Alright.
Yeah.
So, maybe we should take a few hairs before we close it up.
Hairs from the creature or hairs from the weird skeleton?
I don't need these creepy ghost girl hairs. I would like some Orm Vorax hairs, so now the party believes that whatever it is not an Orm Vorax. It has to be anything other than that, because Grizzak called it an Orm Vorax, which means it's most definitely not that.
When Zyra moves in and tries to pluck a hair from the doll, you're having a hard time, kind of like modern plastic thing with the desired merchandise inside. You can't pull it off. Like, the doll seems to be made out of the skin of whatever the creature was, and you can't pull the hair off its body.
Magic dagger?
Yeah, it is almost like you're cutting a violin string, or like a metal guitar string, but like, tink, tink. Eventually you do get a hair off of it.
Alright, can we take 3 Orm Vorax hairs?
Sure.
Alright.
The touch of the doll is cold.
It's probably because the ghost is just gonna come back to life in the doll again and come out and haunt this place forever and
I won't touch it.
kill me in my sleep. Come asking for a button. It's gonna pull one of my eyes and use it as an eye button. Or some other such nonsense.
It will rest when it receives as many eye buttons.
Come on.
Orm Vorax hair times 3.
There are no buttons here, right?
No.
All right.
Not that you see. Where are you looking for?
Vamaris is going to look for...
You've opened up 2 of these. There's just an urn, perhaps with the remains of a child inside.
Can he look for a pebble or something? Anything that can be about the same size or so?
Yeah, when Rene unceremoniously pushed the stone lid off the thing, it chipped a little bit when it was on the ground, so you do find some rubble.
Yeah, he'll grab something that looks like it could be like an eye. He'll kind of like try to scratch it against the wall or whatever, try to make it round, and put it on the bear.
Okay.
Or the teddy bear
You
thing.
put it on the bear, it doesn't... Like, you could position the bear to put it on, but it doesn't fashion or...
Magically affix.
Nothing magically happens. You're pretty sure that you're going to need some pretty kick-ass needle to stab through this weird leathery hide of the Orm Vorax that has been fashioned into a child's doll.
Good luck with that. There you go.
Rene, Vamaris,
Yes.
could you lid them?
Sure. Yes.
Oh man, we're not taking the doll that's gold and silver in there, man.
He does Vamaris does a prayer to Palor to put the dead to sleep,
Okay.
or to rest the dead.
Grinthark's going to make a thievery check to steal the doll without you guys looking.
Okay. Well, we're kind of looking, so this is a check.
All right, he's like, oh man.
Hey, what's up?
We're not scared. Randomly, if I can hide
Shut
behind honor, I will.
15. You need to make a DC 15 perception check to see Grinthark moving in to take the doll.
Freaking hand in there. Right. So.
Sorry, it's 14. I was using as disabled as
Yep, Grizzak sees.
27.
All right, so as you're putting the lid down.
Not even no. No, Grinthark.
Oh man, it was no fun, man.
You're not going to steal a child's doll.
She doesn't need it anymore.
But if she gets lonely.
Yeah, man, Grinthark gets lonely, man. It's just a little doll.
What if she comes back for the doll while you're sleeping, wants to play with you, comes after your belly button?
Yeah, is that what she said, man? Did you talk to her like that time sitting under the tree and you talked to some weird ghost, man? Did you tell anyone about that?
I have no recollection of what you are saying.
Grinthark with a huff goes into the other room to have a look around.
Okay, but put the other one back on.
Okay. Oh man, he's just kicking at things.
No fun, man. What's going on?
This would be where, if this was a horror movie, he'd fall down some sort of trap door and go sliding into another part of the dungeon.
Yep.
Alright, head towards the southern chamber?
Okay. Give me a perception check.
Hmm? Yes.
19... 17.
Grizzak?
Uh, 14.
Okay. The group of you goes across.
Oh man, we're gonna not take things out of here, man. What if the baby's got a cool rattle or something like that? I bet you there's a wand in there. You take it.
We're here for wands? Sure. Weapons and armor. Things that can be used to fight a dragon. Not some child's precious doll.
Okay, Grinthark just walks in the other room. He's pouting. It's the perfect time to not have party cohesion.
Exactly. If this thing explodes when I open it,
Good point.
Rene will hold up his shield and then shove the one lid off.
Okay. There are 2 urns in this one. One of them is broken open, like it got moved slightly, and it's just ashes and little tiny bones in it.
The Colonel did such good things for the humans. Such good things. Only if it was a failure randomly. Needs to be a fail. Rene will push open the other one.
Okay. This one actually moves a little bit easier. It doesn't look like anything was ever put in it.
Take a closer look.
It's just empty.
Okay.
Like they built it, but maybe didn't get a chance to put the
anything,
body there, or chose not to, or...
Are we getting anything from the pings?
They were really pessimistic. The artisan was told to build 4 and never got filled.
They really like symmetry. But the question being, why would you stick the twins in the one casket and leave the other one empty? Alright, Rene, help me with the lid, Varmis.
No problem.
I like how Zyra doesn't pronounces his name properly, but Rene is doing the fucking Brett Favre thing, which drives Marty nuts, by the way. His name is that, not that.
Favre? Do you want to call him Favre?
Favre? Fav? Favre?
Right. Okay, we'll re-lid these 2.
Okay.
Actually, the
so the
empty
Grizzak's
one
been
we
doing
might just
detect
leave
magic,
open
right?
because it is empty.
Grizzak's been detecting magic.
Yeah,
Anything?
the pings have not. You have not detected any magic that is beyond your own.
Okay.
Are these pillars? Are these movable?
They are stone pillars that have like little blocks of like medieval looking men kind of along it. It looks like a long marching army of people along the pillars.
Okay. Which direction are they heading?
They are going spiral up.
Clockwise or counterclockwise?
At the top of both of the pillars don't actually reach the ceiling. At the top of the pillars, there are two horse statues that seem to be made out of the same, like just the top of them. It looks like they are horses, and the horse heads are kind of facing in that direction, facing to the east. Like the pillars are actually like a really, really long rook from a
Okay.
Knight?
From a chessboard. Yeah. Knights and rooks.
A knight on top of a rook.
Isn't a rook a knight on a chess?
No, the rook is the castle.
Oh yes. So it is a knight. Knight chess piece. Right.
It's been like 10 years since last time we played chess. In the bar at Carlton.
Vamaris and Grizzak both notice that the floor where you're standing is warm.
There's something up with
This patch, the stone is slightly warmer than the rest of the dungeon.
You know what? There's something really wrong with that.
I see what you mean. The ground is warm over here.
Renee's gonna look at the statue of the horse. Like what? Like
Yeah, so it's like on top of a how many sides? 1, 2, 3, 4. It's an octagonal dais that it's on, and the horse is facing the way that you came in, and it's this fabulous war horse.
Is there any mechanism here, or is it just a big statue?
Give me a perception check as you're now looking at it.
Okay. 22.
You're kind of bending down near the dais, and you actually see a line, and you think that there's a space, and you get down really far down. Oh, the dais is not thick stone. It is a platform of stone with some wood hanging down over the sides, and there's a central shaft right underneath where the horse is. And that's what's you don't see it going through the horse like a merry-go-round or anything like that, but there's definitely like some, like the shaft goes down into the ground. You're not sure what that is. You expected the horse to actually be in there, but now you're looking underneath and there's no horse.
All right. Okay.
In fact, the horse is suspiciously lifelike.
Okay, we'll step up onto the dais.
Okay. The dais shifts a little bit under your weight. Just ever so slightly, like
We'll poke the horse.
it's stone.
Okay, try to push the horse to see if we can get it to rotate.
No, it's not moving. You're pretty sure you could break the horse if you wanted to.
There's something here. If you take a look, there's a mechanism or tunnel or something under this. Maybe we have to pull this over there or turn it, make all heads go same way or different way or...
Oh man, these things aren't going to move. They're part of the pillar. Does the pillar move?
I don't know. Does the pillar move?
Vamaris, come on. Try to give me
try
a
it.
swivel.
No.
The pillar does not shift. It is. You could actually see where it's been kind of bolted to the ground.
But does parts of it move at all?
No. Grinthark's hopping up and trying to move it. It looks like it's all from the same bit of stone.
Okay.
Try this one here.
Similar thing on the north side. Grinthark then wanders over, has a look. Oh man, I think you got the right idea.
We got to push or turn or.
No, hop off, man. The whole thing's gonna turn.
Okay.
Grizzak's looking up at the roof. Does it look like that? Like water's leaking down from above?
It looks like there's a couple of cracks there where water may have dripped down, and there's a slight concave area where the red is. It also looks like, Grizzak, that this may have been warmed blood long ago. Like somebody might have died in here.
Okay.
The whole thing turns, man. Not that heavy.
All right. How do we turn it?
Just grab the sides, man. Just grab.
All right. Grab the sides and.
Which way are you turning it? Clockwise or counterclockwise?
We will turn it clockwise.
All right. So at first there's a grating and groaning sound from the metal, but then the whole thing, with a bit of effort, just starts pivoting, like you're moving the entire dais around. There is a considerable amount of tension, like you're more so than just moving the dais and the stone horse on top of it. That's heavy, but it feels like you're pushing something.
Oh, there's something definitely moving with this here.
Vamaris comes over. Yeah, it's a little bit easier when the 18 strength Vamaris is now helping. The horse is now facing north. When there's a crack at the center of the slight indentation where the E2 is, and there is something that is opening in the floor as you're turning this giant corkscrew. The horse stops when it is facing directly the opposite direction, or the same direction as the other horse statues, and there is a hatch that has become visible.
This is very exciting.
The floor has sunk kind of slightly towards the hatch, and maybe the water has been seeping through.
All right, Varmis, is it you first or me first down the hole, or
It's Vamaris.
Grinthark?
Hey, why don't you throw some light down there? Hey, hold on, I'll get it.
Actually,
Wait, no, I didn't memorize that one.
I think we've got one light amongst the four of us. So Rene's
I've got
stone.
I've got a flaming sword.
Yep.
Grinthark's having a look at the hatch. He opens it up, revealing a chamber down below. There is just a dry heat that comes out of the chamber down below. And as your light spills in, a much larger chamber with a beautiful mosaic of a red dragon along the floor.
Is there a
There is a iron staircase that looks like it's in a little bit better repair because of the heat.
Right now, if we
leads
look
down.
for a secret door down there, try not to pull down the stairs, because otherwise you're just a dick.
Oh yeah, man, fucking.
Right, no more stairs. Understood.
There are sarcophagi as you look down there. There are some sarcophagi along the southern side, and
Yeah.
and beautiful paintings along the sides of the walls.
That's awesome. All right, Rene will go down the stairs.
Okay, clang, clang, clang. Oh, there are more alcoves to the north and to the south.
Zyra will follow. I'm assuming some of the warrior types follow as well.
Yeah, Grinthark also comes down. Oh man, what's going on? You want to give me a perception check for Grinthark?
Big dragon on the floor. Boom!
Get down here, druid.
Grinthark has a
Right on.
perception of +6.
+7 versus traps.
18. Boom!
Oh man, I wonder what treasures in here. Those are like life size, like man in there, man. Not bad, man.
Grizzak has Dark vision. Is there anything that he can see from here?
With dark vision, yeah, you can see this far alcove.
Okay.
Okay, I think Rene's gonna head towards the first alcove.
Okay, as your foot touches the red dragon mosaic, yes, it appears that some of the stones flare up, and the eye of the mosaic is now like gouting flame all over you. So we'll just draw the eye, and we will draw the gout of flame in a cone.
Why did he do that?
Yeah, it gets all of you. So reflex saves.
God,
You moron!
Does Vamaris get cover from the stairs?
You guys were not taking cover, but you do get the +1 bonus, I believe, from that.
What's the DC?
The DC of this is 15.
Okay, Rene makes it. Zyra makes it.
And it's 15 fire damage.
Ow!
Grinthark critically makes it, critically succeeds.
So he takes nothing.
He dives out of the way. Oh, man!
Look what you did, man!
Ooh, critical.
Critical success for Vamaris or Grizzak?
Grizzak. And Vamaris takes it on the chin. Ah, what the?
Yeah, Vamaris was coming around the corner like, what? All right, the fire subsides and the twinkling gem that is its eye kind of fades slightly.
15 fire damage.
Okay.
Oof.
Just keep on trucking.
Okay. There are weird, ashy, embery swirls in front of these marble pillars as creatures are appearing.
There we go. Well.
The creatures look like people made of fire.
At least we can see them in the dark.
Yeah. they are their own light source. They are walking torches. And I think this is a good time to do initiative. We will do a separate initiative for the little ones as the big one.
Lesser, minor.
We've got the lesser fire. Yeah, the lesser fire elemental makes me very afraid of the bigger fire elementals.
When that's called lesser?
Yep.
Okay,
I'm gonna nuke the
Rene.
rolls. Grinthark's close enough where you go, hey man, watch out.
Rene rolled a 17. Zyra rolled a 3.
Alrighty, good times. 18 and 4. I need some healing.
Holy fuck, the minors are +8 and the lesser is +12.
Are you? Is that like from the book?
That is
Or,
straight. That is straight from the
from second
manual.
ed book? 'Cause that's one of those things like, did they use improved initiative wrong? Feels like they used improved initiative with a +4 version.
Oh yeah, I've made this module much tougher, but
Oh, yeah.
I am taking creatures and going, if they don't have the creature, I'm finding something very close and equivalent and then using it.
Yeah.
So,
Well, it's just one of those
the,
things
the,
'cause,
the
like
thing
fire
that fought me.
elementals used to have really high initiative because they were the dex-based elemental,
Yep.
but with improved initiative as a normal feat. Now, improved initiative isn't anywhere near as strong, and it's wisdom-based, and elementals are notoriously like dim.
Zyra and Rene.
Zyra got rolled a 3, Rene rolled a 17.
Okay. The minor fire elemental is very quick. And it is going to move. It strides out of the room. It is not afraid of the dragon thing. It comes right up to Rene. It sort of looks at you, and then a big fiery hand is coming in towards you.
A merde. Roll a 1.
The fiery hand kind of turns into a tendril and then is going to whap you. This is a physical attack. AC 26.
AC 26 hits.
Okay. Not critical, though?
No.
Okay. It busts against your shield. Fire does get you 8 damage and 1d4 persistent fire damage.
1d4 persistent fire damage.
Yep.
Just like that.
Just like that.
Okay.
And then it gets its second attack.
Oh my god.
AC 11 misses.
AC 11 does miss. Yeah.
Vamaris, then Rene.
Vamaris is gonna go. Keep your distance from them if you can. Doop. Doop. Actually, he's gonna go here. Flurry. Beep beep. D20 plus 9. 1d20 plus 5. Flat-footed? 19 first.
Yeah, it has physicality, and you're able to pull your hands back enough, but still do strikes without taking damage, like fire damage when you strike it. But yeah, it is a physical creature, and you do strike it. You are doing damage.
Oh, 4 minus 18 damage.
18?
Yep.
Hurts it really badly. And your DM now needs to take a quick washing break. Because liquids.
It came from
Liquids.
behind.
And it's Rene after.
Everyone also uses Vostrum.
I still have another movement which I want to take. So you're gonna lose your flank, son. Sorry. Oh, wow.
Do 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 do. Ya da da da. Ya da da da. All right. Rene's gonna whap.
Well,
whap
I
this.
still have another move.
Oh, you gotta move. What are you gonna
Okay.
do? You can punch again, or you can run around.
It's likely not going to hit, and I am pretty injured. I'm gonna go.
Rene is on fire.
Rene's on fire. This guy's
on fire. I think we're just gonna let everybody burn until all the fire elementals are dead. Then worry about the fire.
No, I don't hit.
AC 13 misses. No. That time you had to pull your arm out quickly. before you got burned by touching it. Rene is next.
Well, we're gonna whap this thing with the big hammer. We're gonna hit it twice and then raise our shield. Well, if it falls after the first one, I might change up with the plan. AC 17.
That is a hit. Just
All
barely.
right.
You catch it. You catch it with the corner of your shield or your hammer.
11 damage.
11 gets through. 29 damage. It is now bloodied.
Critical hit.
It can be critted. Nope. Immunities, critical hits.
Oh, okay. I will just take the first chunk of that. So 10 damage.
You hit it
And
right across its head, and you expected its head to bend over sideways, and it just kind of went. It kind of like shifted its head.
It's like
How much damage? Sorry.
it was 10 damage.
Okay, that's still injured a lot. Sparks like you were inside of a forge goes flying everywhere.
Why did it not fall down? It's supposed to fall down now. Raise the shield.
All right, the lesser elementals come rushing out.
That's good stuff.
They move at. Holy fuck! These things are so tough. I was looking at the minor elemental when you were attacking the lesser one. Whoops.
Do you want to just change that size and then use the other one, like make one of the little ones bigger?
No, that's fine. I can just give it a few extra hit points. I got this. I got this. You should have taken. Oh, that means you have 2d4 persistent fire, not 1d4. Okay, you're really on fire. The little guys are moving out though.
Oh, Rene will
Roll
make
his flat check.
My flat check. I did not go out.
And then the damage is 5 fire damage.
All right.
Okay, these little guys come out, and they're going to attack Rene and Vamaris. So the first attack is on Rene. Oh, +9. AC 20.
No.
And
Yeah,
Vamaris, natural 1.
I wish I had. Oh, woohoo!
Alright, and then they take 2 more attacks. First one's on Rene. These are their secondary
2
attacks.
more? Oh,
So-
sorry.
so
yeah,
they
2
move
more.
in- they move in.
Yeah, two attacks each. Sorry, I was like.
AC 14, AC 10. Okay, they're swiping at both Vamaris and Rene, and they managed to keep them...
Rene, you're on fire! Man!
Grizzak, yeah, Rene's on fire!
Grizzak.
Ice.
Grizzak just has all the elemental cantrips.
Yes,
Okay,
because I've got.
if you don't move, Zyra is screening, Rene is screening, Vamaris is screening.
Hold on, let's see how far are these things away. Boom. Oh yeah, we're fine. Oh yeah, Grizzak's fine. Grizzak's fine. Moves over here.
Why did I prepare Disrupt Undead?
Okay,
I didn't think there'd be fire
The
elementals.
lesser fire elemental is not bloodied. It has still got lots of kick left.
That's the lesser one.
Yeah.
Oh, lesser, and the other minor ones. It's got lots of kick, eh?
Yep.
Let's hit it with the ice and see what happens.
All right. Touch AC 20.
Let's not hit with the ice. Touch AC 20, you say?
Correct.
I feel like the attack and the ack are pretty similar.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Grizzak might have to switch things up.
Okay. So this frosty beam goes out of your hands.
5.
You strike it in the head. Okay. This thing has a weakness of 8 cold, so you do an 8 additional damage.
So 1d6 plus 4 plus 8?
Yep.
18 damage.
All
All right. It now is looking at you like it knows who it wants to hit.
Uh-oh!
Hey guys, do your thing! Hurry up!
It is now bloodied. Zyra.
Oh, lordy lord. All right.
So
White
getting
beam
an
went in
extra
and
cantrip?
swirled around, and it was kind of like your cold spell is like discorporating its form. They're not saying anything. They're really creepy. They're just crackling with fire.
Zyra is going to go up behind Rene and put big heal on him, maybe? Or, one second, I just want to see what, how many creatures I can hit with fear. God.
You're just making that sound.
I don't think it'll work, but I don't know that. I want to know what I want to actually know what works against elementals. So here, this is the easiest way to find out.